Okay, coming off a tough loss to Duke. I'm going to try to rebound against Virginia. Look at the conference real quick. Clemson, Miami undefeated. Boston, BC with one loss. Just a little bit there. All right. Recovery wise, doing pretty decent. We probably aren't going to get that, but we're just going to stick with 40. Probably not going to get that. I was hoping last week we'd do it. Good, good. Lost this guy. Alright. Looking pretty good there. Oh, that was that good. 7 miles. Oh. This is just a 3-star athlete power rusher. They want him so bad, but we're not fighting over that. Alright, looking good there. Pitt. And he didn't jump up at all. Got a lot out of that one. Person on that one. Let's see what happens. Looking good. Okay. Now I gotta do a little bit of scouting. It's not gonna go well, but I'm gonna go look for some 3-star athletes. There's a few that are interested, that's for sure. A 5er. Ouch. Another 5er. Yeah. Not gonna get much done here. Yeah, that one's only a 3. Not finding much. It's only a 2. Still not finding much. Another 2. One of these other ones. Just looking for gems. But yeah, we had a decent group so far. Ooh, Virginia looks brutal. What else? Let's see. Oh, this is the Vice City one. Let's do it. Yeah, I usually mess with the uniforms.
One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. FIU kick it off to get things underway. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Virginia's offense will get the first crack at it here. Last week was a tape they'd rather just put right in the dumpster and forget about it. David, how does a guy bounce back from a game like the one he had last week?
Well, hopefully he burned that tape, because that was not pretty. That was not what they're wanting to do, man. Just turning the football over, not enough productive plays. And so how do you bounce back? How do you get started in this football game? Jesse, make it easy. Get him in a rhythm. Don't make it very complicated. Don't give him a chance to turn it over again. You don't need to put this losing streak.
Breaks into the open. Makes the stop at the 33, but it's a 15-yard gain. And the Cavaliers racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Well, he does a really nice job buying time, and I love the awareness there. Understanding no one's open downfield, knowing where the sticks are, he's able to use his athleticism.
And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Here comes the hurry-up. Let's take a minute here and think about Virginia. They were really excited about the pickup they got last week. Commitment from a 3-star defensive back, David. And when programs at this level can get guys like that in the building, everybody celebrates.
The whole building gets excited because transfer portal is one thing, but high school recruiting, when you can...
Lofts one high and deep. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. The Cavaliers will send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. He'll field the punt and make a big play. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. On the ready. Fire! To the ground with the back. He rolls his way ahead. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. And the Panthers come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Off the bootleg, wants to throw it. Near the sticks, it's Perry. Knocked out of bounds after a good gain on that one. They'll spot it at the 43.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed, and he showed some of it there.
Dropping back, it's Hart. Tight end finds a soft spot. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a 1st down.
How about the big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch?
Ready, FIU set up with another 1st down. Set, ready. They'll throw it from the red zone. Dances away to buy time. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down to the 26.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
The Panthers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Finds his tight end. Noses his way through. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. 42 spot. A 1st down run in the red zone. He just kept those big, powerful thighs churning, but he'll be knocked down at the 1. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Panthers.
offense continues to put drives like that together, this defense is in trouble. How about the balance, the ability to throw the football, run the football, keep the defense guessing, and then when it gets closer to the end zone, the physicality to punch it in. Great start for this offense.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Virginia sending its offense back onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0. They'd love to get a drive going here. Find some fresh air. Knocked down after picking up 5 out to the 24. And the Cavaliers in the hurry-up.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Trying play action. It's complete to the left. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The Cavaliers really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. The punt team makes its way onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Signals for the fair catch and looks it in at the 40. Got it. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Got a man. It's Perry. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. Ready up. Pass completion moves the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Here we go. From the gun, running back gets to give. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. It's Hart. With the catch, it's Perry. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag. They had the 1st down before that penalty backed them up, and now they'll snap it on 2nd down. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Motion from the wideout. Quick pass on the jet motion. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
And that play is essentially like a jet sweep, right? This offense is going to run the football conventionally. They'll do it between the tackles. They'll do it outside. But there's a lot of different creative ways they can get their playmakers the football in the running game. And I think that was an example of what you saw right there.
And in the middle, it's Witherspoon. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down.
No 1st down. That's fine. We got the completion. We had a successful play. And it sets up now a 4th down situation where, yes, I'm going for it.
Maybe a tad out of field goal range and way too close to punt it. Kind of in no man's land, so they'll go for it on 4th down. Go for the marker on the ground. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's 1st down.
Well, I don't think the defense was expecting run on that last 4th and 2 play. Good job by the offense keeping them off balance with that play call.
And the Panthers are moving quickly down the field. Here we go. Ready, go. Looking downfield on 1st down. Makes the catch. It's Perry. And he gets it down to the 40 before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting his defense on alert early.
To the air, it's Hart.
He's
Trying to cash in the end zone in this red zone threat, but it's incomplete.
And that's a good job by this defense, man. You drop back, you play really smart, play sound. Understand, there's not a lot of field to cover, and they couldn't fit the ball in a window. Good pass defense.
Ready, they'll give it another shot on 2nd and goal from the 4. Here we go. They'll leave it with it. He's brought down, and there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty.
Okay.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Looking for the score. Touchdown, Panthers. Quick strike through the air for the score.
Yeah, and you look for the big fellas down here in the red zone. You want to run the football, you want to be physical, and then you play action, and you got the big target. Throw it up to him. He does the rest with the soft hands and getting the touchdown.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. UConn looks like a bunch of world beaters right now. I'm not sure I've seen this offense look this crisp since the days of Dan Orlovsky. They're up 14 over Syracuse. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Missed receiver there. It's incomplete.
I think a lot of fans were hoping that this offense maybe made some adjustments considering how much they struggled the last time they took the field. And early in this first quarter, it still seems like they're trying to iron some things out, just not clicking the way they need to be.
Brought down at the 28, but it's a 10.
Hold on. We gotta see this again. Two guys. Start them up.
Gain. And the Cavaliers headed quickly to the line.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Picks up the first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Cavaliers will snap it on 1st and 10.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
They make a stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. We reached the break. It's FIU with the lead. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. Pace, 26. Wants to go up top. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment and they've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
Man, this defense is dominating all game long. They have been making this quarterback's life so difficult with their pass rush. They bring him down there for the sack. They're not giving anything up. They're leading this game by a lot. We're only in the second quarter. This ain't going to change unless this offense can find a rhythm.
And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. The Florida International offense is back on the field. They've already put a couple of scores up, and they look to add to it on this drive. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Cross the 30 to the 35, and that's a gain of 6.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Panthers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Looking downfield, it's Hart. Under fire. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Now on second down. Cricket. Looking to fire. Bringing the heat. And the heat will get home. And the quarterback goes down at the 17.
This is the shit.
Man, that's exactly what this defense needs. They found themselves now in a hole. They're trailing. Got to get pressure on this QB. Can't give him time to get comfortable. They get to him, get the big sack. Maybe this gets them back in the football game.
On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield.
Oh, let's get a high ball. And I just tried to lead him still.
40 yards before the touchdown saving tackle. They used a chunk play to cross midfield, and they've got it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. They go to the ground. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. And as he throws, misses receiver there. It's incomplete.
Well, the offensive line's got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. Looking to throw, it's Hart. That's reeled in. It's Witherspoon. He goes out of bounds after the big play, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what that one's about. A costly penalty wipes out that 3rd down conversion, and now they'll back up and try it again. They've got the ball at midfield, but they're facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. FIU will line up to punt. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Puts a boot to it. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week, only called on twice.
This punter is such a weapon. And because he's able to get that ball down deep in his opponent's territory, that really helps out the defense. You're now forcing the opponent to drive the field to score points.
Gives it on the option. Nice move to pick up yardage. He's got a little room. He'll pick up 6 out to the 13. And the Cavaliers moving quickly to the line. Leaves it with the back. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15. Offense a little backed up here, and boy, would it help to convert this 3rd down. They'll run play action. And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
You can just start to sense the frustration building for this offense after that incompletion. Right now, setting up 4th down. They haven't yet scored a touchdown. They just can't find a rhythm in this game. Obviously, the defense, the big reason for that. But if this offense wants a chance to win, they have got to start stringing some completions together and get this quarterback in a better rhythm.
FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. They've had a really productive first half so far, and they'll try to add to it here. The run from the shotgun. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
To throw, it's Hart. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. They make the stop at the 37, but not before he's got 10 yards and the 1st down.
First job for the QB a lot of times. Look at those safeties. Is it man or is it zone? Nice job. You could tell right away. He saw it was zone, understood where to go with the football, and that's why this offense had a positive gain right away.
Here comes the heat. He's got an open man. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys on the field. Stringing first downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
Oh, he had it right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they missed an opportunity for a nice play on first down. Backed up now, here's second and long. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And that last run leaves him with a third down. Will they keep it on the ground? Offense changing the play. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And here comes the hit, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
Right down the boulevard. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Virginia has it back. The Cavalier offense headed to the field. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
And that's now their 3rd sack of the game. This is one of the best units in the entire country getting after the quarterback. They have done such a great job recruiting athletes up front and in their front 7. They can blitz, they can rush you with 4, with 3, but they've got dudes that can beat you one-on-one, and you're seeing that in this game.
Catch in the middle. It's caught. Not the biggest play in the world, but it's one that can set the tone as he bangs his way out to the 38. 4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. On third and long, trying to convert through the air. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at 4th down. The Cavaliers will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 5th kick of the night. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here, baby.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
Looking to pass. It's Hart. Shoots it to the left. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Good game. This defense has set them up with a big play.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover 1, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception.
It's all done. Something.
To fight for yards. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal. And this is a really important series of plays, a chance to cut into the lead just before halftime. Fires Fires to the end zone.
Fourth down, got it. Good job.
Quick strike through the air for the score.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Shake that one off.
Check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. ULM is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. These Warhawks have picked themselves up before, and they're capable of it again today. They're trailing by 11 to Arkansas State. Just another week of football in the Sun Belt, guys, where we've come to expect unexpected.
Keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Looking downfield, it's hard. Grabbed over the middle, and Witherspoon. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Well, when your quarterback has already been sacked 4 times, shouldn't be some big surprise if the O-line gets called for holding. And the Panthers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. So backing up with that penalty, and they can feel their own goalpost looming over their shoulder. Here comes the offense on 2nd down.
Get set, get set.
From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Turning it on. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
And I love the play call. Get it to the running back, chew up some yards so you make 3rd down more manageable. 3rd and 10, 3rd and 9, Jesse. Now as a quarterback, I can be successful.
Yeah, and I think the play worked in part because the defense was expecting a pass and that down and distance. So it begs the question now on 3rd and long again, might the offense go back to handing it off to their explosive playmaker at the running back position?
Kick is in the air. Hauls it in, looking for space. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long.
Charcoal.
Back to throw, time running short in the half. Right on target this time. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive.
Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
Offenses that are great on 3rd downs, what do? Most of the time, they keep it in manageable situations where they're not predictable, not just dropping back to pass. They do it here on 3rd and short. They convert. This offense has been so efficient on 3rd downs all throughout this season.
The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down.
22 water.
Back to pass. Here's a heat. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Didn't have anything working and just had to throw it away on third down. Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try. He'll have to generate power and some accuracy. A 50-yarder from the left hash. He boomed it through. A 50-yard field goal showing off that powerful leg.
How about it? 50-plus, no problem. Big leg, nice accuracy. That's a big-time kick for this young man.
And he takes this from inside the 50. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great atmosphere today in Charlottesville.
And the Cavaliers will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Out of the crowd, and now he's got it out. He's going to get loose. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
You can't start the second half any better than that. You're trying to come out of the locker room. You're trying to create some momentum. Taking the first kick of the third quarter back for a touchdown, that is exactly what this head coach was looking for from his players.
And he made the extra point without problem. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Virginia sending its offense back onto the field.
Let's go, let's go.
They'll start the third quarter with the run. Quick spin on the line. Still on his feet at the 45. And it looked as if he might take that one all the way to the house. Just ran out of a little steam. The defense finally got him.
This is one way you can try to attack the perimeter of the field, right? Get the option play going. Quarterback has it, reads his key, pitches it out to his running back to see what he can go do in space.
They'll ride the hot hand. Powers through the defender. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be second and inches coming up. The Cavaliers want to pick up the tempo. On the run, it's Alexander. He was running through tackles and picked up the first down and finally got knocked down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Cavaliers have it with a 1st and 10. Gives it on the option. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately. A 3-yard loss.
That's a great play by the defense. They've got the lead by a lot here in the third quarter, and the offense is trying to run at them, and they just completely blew that thing up. Big tackle for loss. They've now put him in an obvious passing situation. Expect them to pin their ears back, try to get after the quarterback here.
Got him downfield. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. The 8th play of the drive coming. You'd hate to settle for a field goal. It's 3rd and goal. Wide out trying to get in. And this guy stood in the pocket, and he took one right in the kisser and still delivered the ball.
Showed you his toughness there, Reese, didn't he? And he still had to be accurate with that throw because that was man coverage. He really had to do a good job making sure that football was put on his target.
He's looking to throw. Unleashes to the end zone. Incomplete. And that'll be a turnover on downs.
And the offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a...
There he goes. He's piled up 87 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. This offense will start doing business from their own 18-yard line on first down. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. They stop him after a 6-yard run out to the 24.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And you know what? The best third down offense is don't get to third down. Really good job by the offense running the football. You could tell the defense got caught a little bit off guard. Got a nice gain, popped one, got a first down. Who needs third downs? Pounded to a third and second down.
Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate, easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rip that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
On second down defensively, I'm always like, hey, let's get to third down. Really good job by the offense. It's like, nah, we're going to stick this run right down your throat, get the first down on second down. We don't need third downs.
To the air, it's Hart. Makes the grab.
Ready up.
They'll line up for a second down play.
Come on, set.
From the shotgun, they'll run it. He has the first and still on his feet. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football, and you got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
Might as well give it to him again. Able to squeeze out a couple on the play. It's down at the 35.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
Quarterback flicks it ahead quickly to the receiver. Fighting off the defender. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So
you wouldn't have been the only All-American in this league game if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
From the red zone, looking for a receiver. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. Well, when your quarterback has already been sacked 4 times, shouldn't be some big surprise if the O-line gets called for holding. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Scanning the field, it's Hart. Quickly to the tight end. Oh, he's got some space. Steps out of bounds just inside the 20. They'll mark him down at the 18.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. They'll try to get the first through the air. Touchdown, FIU. Fired in from the red zone for the score. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in week 10.
Well, one of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get him. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Off-play action on first down. They're working that left side. They bring it down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Cavaliers come to the line in the hurry-up.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Hand off to the run. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the third quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
Rides the back and leaves it on the option. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
Well, that's just tough, hard.
Now we'll hang on here. The coach has called a timeout. He wants the officials to take another look. Thinks he's got a good shot at getting this one overturned. He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. And the Cavaliers are on the move. Off the play fake on first down, the throw. Unleashes one. That pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
Using the quick game. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He lobs one high down the left side. Intercepted. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Look, that interception is not the quarterback's fault. It's those dumb coaches for putting him in the game.
Putting him in that position in the first place, right? I'll tell you what, let's give the defender some credit here. I think Reese, he just wanted the ball more. He did a great job in coverage, watching the QB, anticipating the receiver on his break. He went up, he plucked it.
Spreading the ball around, everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza.
Moves.
They'll move the wide receiver. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Breaks into the open. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and I just spread me out and make me defend so many things. And you could tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
Okay, ready? It's first and 10 from the 38-yard line. Running back searching for a hole. Got enough for the first down and wants more. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out.
Got it.
FIU comes out with a fresh set of downs.
Pound 55
To the ground. He's got it again. Knocked away from the defender. Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Dropping back, it's Hart. He's got the back in the middle. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
And I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's in hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is throw the football all over the yard.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Florida International. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W.
Yeah, salt into wound, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and get me another touchdown.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Virginia has it back. The Cavalier offense headed to the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Looking to throw on first down. Pocket breaking down. He's going to run it. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. That's not the way you'd like to start this set of downs. It's now 1st and 20. Wants to go up top. Finds a soft spot in the middle. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
It's complete to the right. Really short gain on that one. Defense all over it. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now facing a 3rd and long. He wants to throw it again. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down and 10th coming. They stop him. And they'll turn it over on downs. The Florida International offense is back on the field.
Cookie.
Flag. The give to the lone running back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
Looking for a man. It's long.
Okay,
Well, they really could have used that. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. FIU will line up to punt. He'll try to really get into this one. And this will push the offense back as they... at the 10.
And the punter pulling out his pitching wedge on that. Look at the spin on this ball. It just died as soon as it hit the ground. Beautiful job.
Virginia sending its offense back onto the field. Flag. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Quick strike complete. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
Nice job, big fella. You make a catch, you're a viable target for your quarterback and gain a couple of yards.
They're dealing with a second and long.
Here we go, here we go.
Wants to go up top. Fires to the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead. It's late. They're going to try to tackle everybody inbound. The offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw.
Turning it on. He'll be forced out of bounds. They'll march him down at the 44-yard line, and this offense has it going. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Just missed on the connection, incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback and this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
And back to the air on 2nd down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. The Cavaliers are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Rides back on the option to give. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down. And the Cavaliers are marching down the field.
Yeah, and a nice big pickup on the ground. Palmer, you could have used some of this earlier in the game. Are you calling runs at this point?
No, I'd be a little bit more aggressive, I think, throwing it. I think part of it right now is because the defense, they've got the lead big. They're just playing a little bit more zone, a little bit more prevent. They're fine letting this offense just chip down the field, but they're wasting time off the clock.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds after picking up a couple. Ball at the 31, 3rd and short coming. Defense trying to rise up. From the gun, wants to pass. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
And it's going to be hard for this offense, man. They've struggled to pass the football down the field, to make these explosive plays, and now huge deficit. Got to make them. You got to find a way to push the ball down the field to create some explosive plays if you want a chance to get back in this football game.
Balls it in. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. The Cavaliers didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field.
49.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake.
Oh,
It's picked off. That's number 10.
Pass rushers, bringing them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game in the fourth quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field.
Military stop.
They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Paul.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
He wants to change this route. They'll snap it from the 25 here on first down. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
And what you see late in games, man, those teams that can really run the football and run that clock when they got a lead, you really win a lot more football games. So I think you look for them to be physical down the stretch of this game, try to continue to do this on the ground, continue to eat that clock.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
And I tell you what, no secret on this drive. This offense, they're not trying to maintain balance. They're trying to line up and just dot you right in the eyes. 4 straight runs, get the first down, and really starting to play physical.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Good win. Good bounce back.
When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy, great execution, just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
Moving